And welcome back to my channel. My name is Gene. If you are new here, thank you so much for stopping by. If you love handbags as much as I do, please consider subscribing and joining my growing community. If you are a returning subscriber, thank you so much for your continued support. I greatly appreciate it. So my last video was part of a tag video that was going around, and the tag was our 5 most used luxury handbags. It was a fun video to do, but it really got me thinking about the bags that I'm just not using. And why am I not using them? Can I incorporate them into my life, or should I sell them? So I thought I would come on here and share these 5 bags with you all, and I would love your thoughts, especially on the first one, because I sort of had a little epiphany when I sat down to film this about this bag, and I may be thinking about this bag all the wrong ways, which is preventing me from using it. So I would love your thoughts on this. So let's get started. Bag number 1. This is the only contemporary luxury bag in my collection that I'm not using, and that is the Coach Rogue 39 size, so 39 centimeters across. This is the largest Rogue. The Rogue bag is the only Coach bag I like, and I quite like the Rogue bags. They're really great bags, and the quality of this is as good as any of my other bags. This is just a beautiful, high quality, all leather bag. It's part of the Mint and Surf collaboration they did several months ago. Mint and Surf, graffiti artist. I saw this, and this is, a couple of these I made mistakes. I bought them because I saw them and thought, oh my God, that's beautiful. I have to have it, without really thinking how it fits in my life. And that's a mistake. So hopefully this video might help somebody out there not make the mistakes that I used to make. Now I always think, how will this bag fit in my life? And will I pick this bag over one of my other bags? So I saw this in the boutique as I was walking by, and I went in and bought it. I think it's absolutely beautiful. I love the graffiti. I love the edginess to it. And that's the problem. That's how I'm thinking about this, as an edgy piece. I wasn't an edgy person when I lived in San Francisco, and now I'm even further away from it in Palm Springs. Everything here is bright colors and mid-century modern and not edgy. I picture like somebody that would rock this bag would be, wearing a black leather jacket and blue jeans and black boots and be that type of edgy person. Although, and this is the epiphany I had when I picked this up, I'm like, oh my God, this goes really well, these two blues together. So am I thinking about this in the wrong way? Tell me what you think. Like, could I use this bag like with this shirt or a red shirt, or I don't have black, like that's the thing. I have brown sandals, so I need to get black sandals or blue sandals or something. But I just don't think this really fits with my style. But I do love the Rogue bag. I love that it's got these top handles with these massively huge side pockets. You can tuck these in, pull these long handles out, and easily fit it over your shoulder. So it's a very versatile bag that holds a lot, but I just don't think I'm edgy enough to wear it. So I'd be curious to know your thoughts below about what you think would work from a style perspective. The next bag is another big bag, and that is the Saint Laurent Rive Gauche tote bag. This, and I've said this in other videos, this was the first luxury handbag I ever obsessed about. It's stuffed right now, mostly with dust bags and an organizer. But I saw this on YouTube just scrolling in the summer of 2022 when I had just started my handbag journey, and I was obsessed with it. And I watched every video I could find on it, and it was so exciting when I finally bought it. I love the off-white with the big lettering. I love that this just means the left bank of the River Seine and harkens back to the history of when the left bank was full of artists and artisans and philosophers. I just think that's super cool. I love the black handles with the beige side and bottom. I love how big it is, but it is big. So this bag, I used it a lot more when I first got it. It was great in San Francisco because if you went out for the day and it was like warm and sunny, doesn't mean it's going to stay that way. So you always have to have layers. You always have to have a sweatshirt with you. So I would be able to carry everything and put a big, soft, fluffy, what am I looking for? The hoodie, the zipped up hoodie sweatshirt. That's what it is. So it really worked great for that. It doesn't work well as an everyday bag, and it doesn't really work well as a travel bag unless you're like driving or taking the train. I've seen people carry this on the airplane, and essentially you would have to put it under the seat and fold the handles like this to make it fit. And there's no way I'm doing that. There's no way. I do not mess with the structures of my bags. Nothing in any bag that if I put in here would change the lines of the bag. Like you could really stuff this, but it warps. And so I'm not gonna do anything like that. I did think when I was moving here, excuse me, and I have a pool outside, this is gonna be my pool bag. I can fit a big beach towel in there, a magazine, a beverage, snacks, sunglasses, whatever else I would need. And that's certainly what I'm gonna use it for. But I found that when I go out to the pool by myself, I'm in it for like 15 to 20 minutes. I mean, what are you gonna do? Sit there by yourself for 3 hours? But I may start like using one of the lounge chairs or the chaise lounges or whatever you call them and sit out there for a couple hours, which I think will make this come in more handy. But of all my bags, this is certainly one of the ones I don't use very frequently. The next three are all Louis Vuitton bags. I bought them all for different reasons, and I just don't use them. First one is the Clooney MM. I think this is a beautiful bag. It does remind me like the Hermes Kelly vibes. I think it's gorgeous in the all monogram print. It's got a nice back pocket here. It's got a great top handle. It comes with a really short and thick shoulder strap that sucks in my opinion. But I've used straps from other Vuitton bags on here, and it does actually make a really, really nice shoulder bag. But if I didn't say it, the reason I bought this is I walked into the boutique and I actually went in to look at this bag, the Speedy 25 or the Speedy 30. And back then I was still poo-pooing that bag. And so I decided not to get it. And as I was walking out, I glanced at a shelf and saw this. Went home, watched the few videos I could find on YouTube, went back the next day and bought it. So I didn't really think about how it was gonna fit in my lifestyle. And I did take it out the next day, and one of my friends who I love and is hilarious, as I was walking up to him, I was holding it like this, or I think I actually was holding it like this, and he said, "Well, hello, madam." And my boss actually asked me when I came back to the office with that, "Oh, is that a gift for your mom?" So that's the thing. It's like a feminine bag. And I have taken it out. I have used it as a shoulder bag, but I still gravitate towards other bags. And I actually just did get a quote on this from The Real Real to sell it to them. And they quoted $1,400, and I was like, no way, because then I'm getting 65% of that, and it's not worth it. So if you have this bag or you love this bag, tell me what you think. Should I use it or should I not? The next two bags are the same bag, but they are different sizes. And those bags would be the Alma PM and the Alma GM. So I bought the Alma PM, I want to say it was definitely a little over a year ago. I thought about this. I looked at it a couple times. This was not a instant, what do you call that when you just purchase something and you don't think about it before you purchase it? Why? is that escaping my mind? It's like I sit down to film and I can't think of the damn word. But this wasn't a bag like the Clooney where I was like, I have to have that. I'm getting it tomorrow. I looked at it. I thought about it. I think this is one of Louis Vuitton's most beautiful, most classy, most classic bags. I'm glad I have it. But the last time I used it was when I went to Europe in July of last year. I used it as my underseat carry-on, and it worked pretty well because it could fit my 11-inch iPad Pro in it, as well as everything else I needed for that long of a flight. Then I've always wanted an orange bag, and I saw this on Mercari, and this is 10 years old, and it is like in brand new condition. The woman I bought it from obviously took great care of this, and this is orange and that Epi leather with that amazing like texture that looks like wheat grass blowing in the wind. This is stunning. I will never get rid of this bag. But I don't really use these often. I did want to take this actually last Saturday when I went to meet someone for coffee, but then I worried, okay, where am I going to put it? I do have a hook that goes on a table, so maybe I could use that. And it ended up where there was tons of seating and I would have had a spot for this, but I was nervous, like I don't want to put it on the ground. So what am I going to do with it? So let me all know, what do you guys do when you take big bags to a restaurant? I've read like put a napkin on the floor, bring a napkin with you, put it on the floor, set it on it. Like I don't want to do that. But at the same time, I don't want to set this on the ground. But I absolutely love this bag. This one I'll pack up. I'll pack it up and be like, I'm using it. Then shortly before I leave, I unpack it and use one of my other bags. And I was trying to rack my brain, like, why don't I use this bag more? I love this bag. And maybe 10 days ago, 2 weeks ago, maybe, Dale did a video about Vuitton bringing back the GM size and I think the PM size in Epi leather. And her video, and I'll see if I can find it and link it below, but she talks about, you know, why would you pay retail for a new one when the pre-love market is flooded with these? But she said something really interesting in her video, and the light bulbs kind of went off. She said it's a difficult bag to use, and she's right. It is a difficult bag to use. And when I think back to my trip in taking this, it becomes really clear why it's difficult to use. It was great because it fit my big iPad in it, but the shape, triangular shape, means your stuff is really gonna be in the bottom half of this bag, both of these. The top half is really not very usable, like unless you're stacking stuff, and then it's a big mess. But every time on the flight, I went in to get lip balm or my AirPods or my hand lotion, anything out of this bag, I had to take the iPad out because it fit, but it went all the way up to the top. And because it's a triangle shape, when you opened it, the iPad was laying across the opening. So I had to take the iPad out. When I used this for work, it was a little bit of a challenge because my laptop did the same thing. And if you're not wearing a jacket and you don't have a pocket, I had to have my phone in here, and it was a pain to dig for it around the laptop to get my train ticket, which was digital. So the Alma, it's a difficult bag to use. The PM size and the BB size, they come with a little extra ring here on one side of each of the handles, which you can attach a crossbody strap to. But it does sit weird. It sits like this on the side of your body. And I have used it as a crossbody in Vienna one day last year. I took it with me as my all-day bag. But I went back to another bag the next day and for the rest of the trip because it just kind of just felt awkward on my side. The GM size does not come with an extra hook on the handles, so you cannot really wear it crossbody or over the shoulder. You could hook something to here, but I don't know if I would recommend it because is it going to damage the bag to do that and have weight pulling on two small parts of the bag? So while I think the Alma is a beautiful and amazing bag, I just don't use it, and I would really, really like to. So all you Alma lovers out there, please tell me your thoughts and how you use your Alma bags and what you put in them. And maybe I gotta watch some videos, what's in my bag videos around the Almas. But I wanna use this. I love this color. I love this color with this shirt, actually. It's very Miami Dolphins. Very Miami. But my big issue is, where the hell do I put it if I'm at a restaurant or bar? So there you have it, my 5 least used bags. I would love to hear all your thoughts and comments below. And if you love any of these bags, or you think I'm thinking about them wrong, let me know, because I would love any advice I could get. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you all have a wonderful holiday weekend. For those of us in the US, it's a 3-day weekend, so get out there and enjoy it. Thanks everybody, take care. Hopefully I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.